Hi kids, welcome back to Sunday School this week. I'm Sadie.
I'm Weston. I'm Eli. I'm Kenzlee.
And we get to teach Sunday School today. So we're going to start out by lighting a candle. And what does a candle mean?
Because Jesus is the light of the world.
He is with us.
He is with us.
And first we're going to start out by talking about our highs and our lows this week. And then I want you guys to listen to the song that we picked out, and it is I Will Not Be Afraid. It's one of our VBS favorites.
I love that song.
All right, so now we're going to talk about things that are scary, so that's part of our lesson today. So what is it that we just did this last week that was kind of scary, but really cool?
Sparklers.
Sparklers. The fireworks on the 4th of July were really cool, but they could be kind of scary. What are ways that fireworks can be scary?
They're hot.
Mm-hmm.
They burn fire. They can spark you.
Yeah.
And they can hurt.
Yeah, that can be scary.
They can burn you.
Mm-hmm. But they're really pretty, aren't they? So they can be really cool, but they can be really dangerous. So it's important to be safe around fireworks because they can get really scary really fast.
Yeah.
And they're really loud, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes those loud noises can be scary.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Especially during nights.
Yes, so talk about what is scary with your family and then answer the 2 questions. We hope you guys had a good discussion. In today's Bible story, we're going to hear about somebody who was really big and scary, and then about a young boy who was not afraid of him at all. Are you guys afraid of big, scary things?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Do you think that you're brave to stick up to them?
Yes. No.
I don't know. Some things are really scary. So we're going to talk about the story of David and Goliath. And we're going to teach you a little rhyme before you guys read about the story, okay? How big was Goliath?
9 feet tall.
And did that scare David?
No. Not at all.
Way to go, Weston. Let's try that again. How big was Goliath?
9 feet tall.
And did that scare David?
No.
Not at all. You kids. How big was Goliath? 9 feet tall. And did that scare David?
Not at all.
Now let's do a David rhyme. David had neither spear nor sword. David fought in the strength of the Lord. Let's try that again. David had neither spear nor sword. David fought in the strength of the Lord. Awesome job. You guys can practice at home, and then while you read the Bible story today, then you can practice those rhymes in the middle of it. I hope you guys had a lot of fun reading about the story of David and Goliath and how brave David was and that he wasn't afraid of Goliath, even though everybody else was. And the Bible tells us about God's truth. And here we see the true story of a boy who was not afraid. And not afraid because God was with him, right?
Yep.
I think I may have given a little bit of away. But let's have a quick discussion and talk at home about a few questions. Why were the Israelite soldiers afraid of Goliath? Why was David not afraid of Goliath? And when you are afraid, how can this story about David help you? So talk about this with your family. Now David knew that Goliath was big and scary, but David also knew that he was fighting in the strength of the Lord, and that's where he got all of his courage from. So let's talk a little bit about God, how God helps us be courageous when things get scary and hard and we get afraid. Let's connect it to Jesus loving us so much that he went to the cross to die to save us. How scary that would have been. But of course, 3 days later, he rose, defeating sin, death, and the devil forever. We don't need to be afraid because Jesus promises to be with us forever.
This is the craft we're going to do. This is the stuff that we chose. So we're just going to spice things up a little. You don't have to. We're going to color a line, and then we're going to draw 4 things that makes you scared.
I hope that you guys had just as much fun with your craft as these kids did and that yours turned out just as awesome. So we're all done with our lesson today. So remember that the story about David and Goliath, and I hope that you enjoyed the story just as much as we did. Remember how strong David was and how courageous he was because of God's love and God's strength. So now it's time to blow up a candle and remember that Jesus is the light of the world. That was great, Eli. Thank you. And now we're going to take this little dish of water. We're going to give each other a blessing.
I'm going to do it first.
And we're going to do it just like Angie and Cora did because we really liked how they did it.
What do you say again?
God keeps his promises to you.
God keeps his promises to you. I was going to do it to Eli.
And then Weston, will you do it for sis?
God keeps his promises to you. I'm going to wipe it off.
God keeps his promises to you.
God keeps his promises for you.
Oh, thank you, Peanut. All right, so now we're going to close in a prayer. Thank you, guys. We're going to close in a prayer. So everybody fold their hands. And fold your hands at home, too, and say it with us, please. Fold your hands. Thank you so much for blessing us and being able to bring us together, even with everything going on, that we still are able to share God's love and still be able to do Sunday school together. God, please keep us strong like you kept David strong, and continue to bless us and keep us faithful. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Blessings to you all. Hope you have an awesome week. Check out our closing song. Don't worry about